Hey there!
I'm Sunny.
I'm Skylar.
And together,
we're CRUSHCast, aka the Vixens of Crush Publications.
Join us today for another fun time with Crush.
Hi there. It's best-selling authors Sunny A. Morgan and Skylar Quinn coming together to discuss the joys of erotica in literature. Today's topic is the Black Dagger Brotherhood, Episode 1, Passionflix.
And our sponsor today is Crush Virtual Eroticon. It's our second annual con that we are doing July 26th, and we have 30 plus authors, lots of exciting things for that day, and we'll have a link here for you to get your ticket.
Great. Oh. Sunny, what is new in your book world?
Well, since we've been on hiatus for a while, a lot.
Sorry about that.
But, it's not your fault. Some of it was mine too. So, but more recently, I had, last week, my husband shares me at the pool. It is a hot wife adventure of sorts that came out on Friday. And then this week on Tuesday, I have coming out the Barbara's Second Chance, which is part of our Hemlock Valley paranormal, cozy, erotic series that we do together. So,
that sounds great.
How about you?
So this last Friday, I had my 100th title in 84 weeks release. It was called The Museum. And it is an age gap, a young co-ed and an older man, and they have some small town love for a short week. Then this Friday, I have my cheating husband's The Intern Needed It, and that was probably the most fun book I've had to write in that series, my favorite series here. Well, at least my best-selling series. That makes it my favorite. But those are good ones.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah. Do you want to just dive on into
since we've been teasing about it with each other.
All week to each other.
and not able to really talk about it and dive deep. So we both watched the new episode, or the new series on Passionflix, Black Dagger Brotherhood, which both of us are a huge fan of. We have been for a long time, especially those first 5 books.
They were the best.
They were the best.
By far.
In our opinions, they were the best. And this first episode, or the first season of this new series on Passionflix is Book 1, Dark Lover. And it has my guy, my favorite one, Wrath, is the lead in it. And I gotta tell you, when we were watching all of the previews or the behind the scenes of who was playing it, I was just like, this is not, no.
I was very worried, very scared. I did not have faith in the process at all.
I did not either.
I was very critical.
But it does feel very true to the series, which I think is great. I was able to get past the wig issue. Because I feel like
it's just such a bad wig.
I feel like he has a bad wig, and I don't feel like that's his fault. But
he's not the design person,
right? But I feel like he did a really good job that I kind of didn't really lost sight of the wig. Can
we talk about the naked scene? Because that scene is what made me not care about the wig. Because his body looked pretty good.
Oh yeah, his body's perfect. I mean, it's just
It looked pretty good. I was like, okay, I can get on board with this.
Yeah. Can we just get to the part where she cuts all his hair off and let's go there?
I wonder what he's going to look like with that.
Well, I've seen him in real person. I wonder if they're going to color his hair, though, to make it dark.
Or give him another fake wig.
God, I would rather just color your hair, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting paid for color your hair.
Yeah, just get something that's not permanent, that washes out. Just color the hair.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah. Or don't do anything and let's just ignore that he has dark hair. Let's just ignore it. I'm fine with that too. So
the wig, it's not my favorite. But what did you think about Butch? Because I have opinions about Butch.
I have opinions about Butch too. See, I never was a fan of Butch in the series.
He was not my favorite in the series.
He was
not. He wasn't my least favorite. He was not my least favorite.
He's probably my least favorite.
But he was not in like the top 5 by any way, shape, or form.
I felt like he was more of a badass in the first episode than I did in the series, in the book series.
I agree.
So I liked him, and I was surprised that I liked him because he is not one of my favorites at all.
What is it about him in the show that we liked versus him in the book? And I know what it is for me, but what is it for you?
I feel like he feels more gritty and a little darker than he does in the book. In the book, he felt like a lot in the books, not just the book. In the books,
right? Yeah, multiple.
He felt more like a cheesy cop sidekick to Vicious later.
He absolutely felt like that.
That's how he felt to me in the books, and
he did not have that demeanor at all. I loved how he cared about her. I loved about how he insisted on finding out what was wrong. I loved the roughness of what he did to that creep. I loved all of it. Zero complaints.
Yeah. No, I liked him too. I was like, oh, I might be able to get on board with Butch.
So do you think it was her descriptions then of him maybe and his actions that threw us off, or do you think they casted him different than the books because she was part of the casting? She helped pick them. So what do you think it was that made it different?
I think it might be like our interpretations of the descriptions of him because he wasn't a main character in any of the books until he was with
Marissa.
Well, when he got his own book, but he wasn't really a main character in the books, and so he couldn't like overshadow the brothers. I feel like, and so
no human could. Yeah,
right. Well, and I feel like maybe that's just how we interpret it and read it, and maybe like seeing it is really who she felt like he was. I don't know. I would have to go back and read. Like I started reading.
You did? I know we talked about it, but
yeah, I started reading it again, and I mean, I still am not a huge fan of Butch in the series, but I don't know, going back and reading it, I like him a little more in the book.
Is that because you know how he ends versus how he started?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, and like with Marissa in that book, when you get to there, it's like she is so fragile in a sense.
Oh my God, is she?
He couldn't be how he is with other people with her.
Right.
He couldn't do that. So I think that's part of why I don't really like him either. He's a little too soft. But in the series, the first episode, I
really liked him. I was really surprised. Really liked him.
I was really too. That's like when I was telling you, and you're like, "No, we gotta wait." I was like,
because if we went and talked about it all this week, then we wouldn't have these fresh opinions and conversations. No, it would not be as good of a podcast.
I know we had to wait. But yeah, that was probably my biggest surprise out of the characters was that. The next would be the Lessers.
Oh my God. I mean, so maybe we should back up and pause. And for those people who don't know the Black Dagger Brotherhood, give them a little bit of what it is. So then we will explain how disappointed we are with the Lessers. So the Black Dagger Brotherhood is a race of vampires, a specific kind of vampires. And they all have mates. And so each book is a combination, a man and a woman. And they have to drink each other's blood to survive. And like you said, Wrath is, the only pure blood left. And so he has this purest blood. And so his friend Darius, who's a brother, asks him to help his daughter because the daughter doesn't know who her father is and doesn't know she's a vampire. And that's how the whole book starts.
Right. Because her mother was human.
And Wrath is very against it. And so it's kind of like the catalyst for this whole series of things that happen. And these Lessers are the bad guys. And they have like one purpose in life, to kill the brothers. And here's what has always bothered me a little bit. Because I know I love them as a bad guy, but I mean, they're still just human. Like, they're not, I mean, I know they're not just humans, but they're not vampires, you know? And
Right.
so the killing them with a bomb and all that, like the whole cow, like the first 7 minutes, 8 minutes of the show, I don't know. So I had the same problem with the book. Like, I feel like they should have a different kind of death when they kill brothers, you know? Like, it should just be more one-on-one, mano-y-mano type thing. And it just feels like so from afar. And he just takes all this credit. It's a I don't know. Like,
They
that
can't
always
really
bothered me.
fight them. Yeah,
I
but they
know
can't
they
really
can't.
fight them. Even though I don't understand the whole dojo and the karate like area.
I
That I
know.
mean, if this is just how they're gaining people, I don't know. But
I mean, I think that is just how
um,
they're gaining people that are easily manipulated.
yeah,
But it annoys me. It annoyed me when I read it. It annoyed me when I watched it. It just annoys me. Like, I just feel like you should have a more glorious death when you
yeah.
die as a brother than what it did. But God, could they have picked any uglier of portrayals? Like, God, there was nothing appealing or cute or make me want to watch you. And I know the guy looks better like in real life. So it's like makeup done up. He's meant to look this hideous. But why couldn't he have looked a little prettier?
Yeah.
Like, not that it's all about the
Well,
looks, but they were hideous looking white, blonde, pasty people.
yeah. But I sent you I think one clip of him, and he was
Yeah.
in his, and I don't think he looked that bad there. But like in the series when we were watching it, I'm like,
Oh,
oh God, they're so creepy. And they are
so
creepy.
creepy.
And so it was a good, like, I mean, it's good how they're portraying them because they are creepy. That is the whole point of them is they're these creepy guys. But it was just, yeah. That I thought was the cheesiest part of the
So cheesy.
show of the first episode was the lessers.
Well, and your comment to me before I made you stop, like we're having another Karate Kid or something. That's exactly how it felt.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it felt weird in the
they're ready to say Cobra Kai there at any time. The way they
right,
were acting.
exactly. And so that's what I thought of when I saw them in there. That's the first thing that came to mind. I'm just like,
Absolutely. It was like
no.
almost like they intended for that to be. But
Yeah.
again, like, I mean, parallel. I mean, those were people that got people to blindly follow and not ask questions. And I mean, it's similar type mentality.
It is,
With
yeah.
with the bad guy of the Cobra Kai. So I mean, I kind of
Yeah.
get it, but it's just cheese, like you said, total cheese.
Yeah. That part was definitely. But I mean, overall I really liked the episode.
I did
I
not
was surprised.
expect. Go ahead.
I was just saying I was surprised that I liked it as much as I did.
I did not expect the sex scene to be as detailed as it was.
I didn't either. Like I was kind of shocked that it was
I
that
was like, oh my God, because I had
I guess
sent.
this is why we're on Passionflix and not
Well, it's so funny because I told Marty I was watching. He's like, "That sounds like a porn." I was like, "No, it's just for books." I was like, "Reply." I was like, "Maybe it is for porn." Because I mean, he's going down on her, like right
Yep.
there. Like,
Yep.
you can't see her lips, but it is definite action. I
Yeah.
was like, "Damn."
Yeah. No, it was a pretty graphic sex scene, which I mean the books are graphic, so
But I think that's kind of like not good in the sense like, oh, we want to watch it, but good that they're not taking away from that type of atmosphere because when you think of later on down the line in the different books and the stuff that they go through, I mean, some of that stuff could make people shy away. And if they don't change it, like, I think that's really great.
yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's great that they kept it. I was surprised though that they kept it so detailed. But it was good. I mean it was done well. I thought it was
It
done well.
really was.
Yeah.
And maybe that had to do with her being in so much control.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know, like, we had talked about this, I don't know, was it earlier in the week, about that clip when she met Vicious.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what a total asshole. You're like, he's in character, I guess, but he definitely comes off as an asshole, for sure.
But he is an asshole.
I know!
He is an asshole. He's a smart ass. He's an asshole. He's standoffish. He is
I know.
so yeah, I mean, I felt like he was true to character. Now I feel like he probably he looks the most like I had envisioned.
He's too skinny for me.
Yeah, I mean that part,
I need
but
more thickness somewhere.
they're all skinny though.
They are all skinny. I
Not
thought
skinny, they're
Butch.
just lean,
Well,
muscular. They're
I thought Butch was the most attractive of all in character. I really liked Butch. Probably not your type,
he's too
but
clean cut.
I know he's too clean cut for you. But he was my favorite of the bunch.
Yeah.
Which again
So I
surprised me
am
because in the
curious.
books he wasn't.
So I am curious. Like they don't have hair, like body hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
But V has a goatee. So why do we
Didn't
have a
he in
goatee?
the books?
He did, but why? It never hit me until because when the scene with Wrath naked, and I'm like looking at his body, you can see like there's no hair. There's and then I remember that
never
was
thought about that.
and I remember that was part of the series that they didn't have body hair. And
we're gonna have to Google. Where's my phone?
And so, I mean, maybe it's just they don't have body hair, but they can grow facial hair. Because I mean, they all have hair. They all have hair.
Why does Lucius have facial hair, but the brothers have no body hair? Let's see. Between the vampires and humans. Okay. Vampires, with the exception of hair on their head and eyebrows, have no body hair and occasionally can have facial hair.
Okay. All right, so that's just a generic answer. But I mean, they have hair on their. Maybe it's just they can't have body hair.
Yeah, I mean, it's occasionally.
Because Z, doesn't he look like he has a 5 o'clock shadow? I know he has the scar.
I didn't pay enough attention.
Oh, I pay attention to all.
I mean, he was in there for 2.2 seconds. I didn't pay enough attention.
He was, but I've seen so many clips of him showing up on different things, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just says it's the exception. Okay, AI, I'll accept your answer. I mean, I guess.
I mean, it's fine. It doesn't really matter.
I never thought about that, really.
I never thought about it until I saw the series and he's naked on the diamonds. And then I'm like, and I forgot about that scene, too.
I did, too.
And then when I was rereading the book, I'm like, rereading the book and I see it and he's dusting diamonds off of his knees. And I'm like, oh, my God. It was in the book. I just don't remember it.
I was going to note that, I don't remember this scene at all, but I don't remember it at all.
I don't, but when I just saw it, when I reread it, so yeah.
When did we read this? 2010?
2010, somewhere around in there. It was somewhere in there. Well,
when did they come out? Or did we read them before that? We read them before.
I read it, I read them before I met you. Well, yeah, I read them before I met you, and because I remember
we read the new book together.
Yeah, because
I had already read it.
I always passed the book up when I was looking for something to read because it was just a black dagger on the red book, and I was like,
right,
I just don't know.
Which I love.
And I kept coming back to it. Yeah, but it was Black Dagger Brotherhood, and I'm like, is this even something I want to read? Finally, I grabbed it, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this book.
It was so good.
I need all of them. Yeah, I was like, I need all of them now.
I'm trying to find their publication dates. I did not do
because I had gotten through Vicious before I met you.
Well, I remember us reading the new book together, so I'd read them up to whatever. I don't remember what new book it was.
Yeah.
I just don't remember the order. Let's see.
I think it was
okay, so Dark Lover was
John. Wasn't it Matthews?
I think it was John Matthews. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I had the insider guide before I met you.
Yeah.
So it was Lovermind was April 2010.
Okay, and that was John Matthews, right?
I'm looking.
I have the books here.
What? Yeah, John Matthews. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, so we read a lot, actually.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We were 7 books in before we read it together.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was still in Houston and John Matthews is the other one I read here when I moved back to West Virginia for that short time before I moved back to Houston.
We read Lover Unleashed, didn't we?
Who was Lover Unleashed?
Because this cover looks so familiar. Let me look.
Do I have
Can we
Lover
get there?
Unleashed? I do
Pain.
have Lover Unleashed.
It's Pain. It's this one. Right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not one of my favorite characters.
No. It wasn't one of mine either.
Yeah, because I got the Kindle it came out in 07 or 08, and then I just went on that vampire journey and just read hundreds or hundreds of paranormals. Yeah, I loved this series. Too. I loved everything about this series. Like, it was a stay up late at night and finish in one sitting.
It was, because it just, like, it drew you in, and they all have, like, these issues, which made it great, too, because even though they're these, like, vampires that have these amazing bodies.
Yeah. I mean, in the book, I'm just questionable about the TV show, but in the book.
They still have good bodies. They're just not as big as you would think, because you think of a warrior, when she described them, I always think of them as, like, these huge men. Well, and these guys are just lean, muscular. I think they have great bodies, but
I mean, like, you look at the guys on TikTok that do, like, that push-up challenge. I mean, they got, like, some thickness to them, and they're lean. They don't have any fat on them. That is what I picture when I think of, like, a lean, sexy, bulky man, is like those guys doing those push-ups, or the guy like climbing in the air. Not these skinny guys that happen to have, but it's just as a type thing too.
Yeah, I don't think they just happen to have muscles. They have some muscles.
I mean,
yes, they're getting these muscles, but I also have to think they're actors, and they have to, like, look at, like, their bodies as in what is going to work best across
long term, and health and all that. I know. And that's the other part too. We are all actually just humans, and we're not these big beasts. And so it's not like you can cast a big beast. It's not AI added or something.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah. I mean, I do have to be forgiving for that. Yeah. Take it into consideration.
Yeah.
But what did you think about, like, when you first saw the opening scene with Tor and Darius? Like, what was your first thought?
I mean, I didn't think the bar, like the clubs they went to, was like that. I felt like it would be more of like this dark, seedy little bar that they're in a booth, like not like how this one was so much. There were so many people. I was just thinking like this dark, seedy, like dive bar that they went to, not like a club of all these like goth or different people like that. I wasn't thinking that. So that was a little different for me.
My first thought was, you poor bastard, you're going to die.
Really? No.
Now, you know who I thought?
I did like I liked who they had playing Darius.
I did too.
So I hate really that he has such a small part, because he could have played a better part.
He could have.
And I also don't like that because they have two different people playing Z and Fury.
Okay, I thought they're supposed to be identical twins.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, but there is two different people playing them, right? Or is just this bad wig like that good? I feel like I need to look.
I don't know.
Because I don't think they look anything alike.
I thought they looked different.
I thought, well, yeah, I don't think they look anything alike. So we're gonna see.
Isn't it interesting that Vicious and Pain are twins and Fury and Zetas are twins?
Yeah. Nope, they're two different actors. See,
well, I guess they're fraternal twins.
But in the book, weren't they identical?
I thought they were identical. Tony and I even had the conversation. He thought they were identical too. Maybe we just hear the word twin and assume identical?
It says that in the like Black Brotherhood series, they are not identical twins. While they share similarities and are portrayed as having a close bond, they are distinct individuals.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
I really thought they were the same because, like, I felt like Z had said to Bella, like, at some point you can have the pretty version or something, like something when in the book.
He
like,
and I both thought they were the same too, so
I did too.
I don't know. They were just making assumptions.
I guess when I read that one again, I'll figure it out.
I wish I had read them via audiobook because it's just so hard to take time. And I think I read them all via Kindle because I know I have like the Insider Guide in print, but I think I have all of them in Kindle, so I have to go read them through the Kindle. But
yeah, I have the first, 5 full books, and I only have like 2 or 3 on my Kindle, because I read them all. I didn't have a Kindle when I first started reading them.
God, the Kindle was the greatest thing for me. Oh my gosh. I went through so many books. Every day I was on a new book. And when we had no kids, I didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. It was great to be able, when I did it, to do it on lunch breaks and stuff, but I would carry my book on my lunch breaks and read my book. Because I had all the paperbacks at that time, and then later on I got the hardbacks because I really liked the series. But then like some of the books started getting a little iffy, so I stopped buying the hardbacks.
Yeah. So with what we're seeing on screen now and what we know where these series go, does it piss you off a little bit that they get away, or J.R. Ward gets away with writing all these things and we can't write about it, or we get dinged on Amazon or whatever? Because I mean, shit is dirty.
It is, but the thing is, there's a lot of plot. So, like, it's what we always say is
hidden in the words.
It is. I mean, there has to be. It's like, and it's kind of like with Drafted Digital, because I read through this thing when I accidentally clicked sending it to the library on one of my books, and I didn't. That was a mistake. But anyway, I got the email, and it said, like, they asked us not to send things that are majority erotic. So, and that's what we write for the most part, is the majority erotic, because like I never got dinged on Blood Myth, and
I didn't get dinged on.
Yeah, and I mean, and there's a lot in there. So it's just the majority of what it is. If it's mainly just sex, then yeah, they're considering it erotica, not erotica, or
or erotic romance.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think that's
just annoying, the double standard. I still feel like it's double standard because you can argue all you want about the plot. I don't know. Well, and then Anne Rice's book is 100% erotic throughout the whole damn thing. Plot or no plot.
We are not Anne Rice.
I know. So. I'm just saying. It's still double standard. That Beauty series, oh my god.
It is the best series. It is hard to get through the first time, but I've read that series I don't know how many times. But the first time I couldn't get through it. I just couldn't. It was too...
maybe 10 years from now I'll pick it back up and finish.
I mean, it was a big jump in the time frame from the first time because I couldn't finish it, and then I think it was like I ran out of books to read that I've like all of my normal authors I went to, and I was like, okay, we're gonna try again because I love her. I love Anne Rice. We're gonna try again, and it was better. And then as you go through it, you kind of see the point in like this journey that she goes through.
Just take your word on it. So, with what J.R. Ward is doing with her series, what are you most looking forward to in this season 1?
The season 1.
Yeah.
Well, I like the parts I'm looking forward to is to see how they play them out. Is like, just like there's this one scene, and I don't know why it has always stuck to me. It's like he becomes this like asshole to her when he takes her on like this date like to his house. He's like trying to be, and then he just becomes this dick, and she like stands up to him basically like, fuck you. I mean, she doesn't say that, but that's what she's standing up to him. So like that is one of my favorite scenes in the book. And then like when he realizes that she is not just like a normal, like that she's more when she takes care of like Rage when he gets hurt. And so I don't know. There's not like there's just little things that I want to see how they play them out on the screen. Um, who they have to pay like Havers coming in and
Yeah.
the different people that they have. Uh, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Z because I love him. I think that he's just
Yeah, we didn't really see anything of him in this first
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, and I mean, and we probably won't see much of him because he doesn't really talk much. So, there is one
Which will
scene where
make interesting for when it's his book.
yeah, there is one scene when he is with Wrath and Beth where he's trying to like basically be a dick to Beth and like being like overly sexual, just being an asshole to like scare her. And him and Wrath have like words with it. And so when he finds out that it's Darius's daughter, he's like, he then is like, oh, sorry. Nice to meet you, Elizabeth. So it's like a different like tone, like sorry, I didn't realize that you were somebody important, not just a little hoe that he picked up on the side. It was just weird. But I liked that scene because it was just showing him like actually having some sort of like you can see that he's a damaged person.
Yeah.
So,
well, and they're all damaged to some degree.
Yeah.
More than others.
Yep. Yeah, they
Wow.
are. I am looking forward to his book though. I am looking forward to seeing him have to go through the whole breeding thing with Bella.
So, as you reread these, and this is what I was thinking about the other day, do you think it's going to make us want to go back and write more deeper paranormal stuff, or stick to what we've been doing and only do our little bit of paranormal? Because I kind of have a fear like it's going to make me want to do more.
I know.
Because I love it so much. I love that series so much.
I do too. And I mean, I think it will in some sense, like where I want to do it at least like something more at least once a year. So, we'll see.
Because I mean, I think I'm going to do a vampire for the one thing I invited you, the camping monster thingy. And I think I'm gonna go with vampire because I think I'm gonna be in the kick. Because I mean, this is gonna be what, 8 weeks, 8 seasons, 8 episodes, right?
I think
or is it 6 episodes?
I think it's 6. Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be a month and a half, right? And we're talking about it. It's gonna make me want to go back to the vampire ways. So like, I may as well utilize that inspiration and use it for that group project.
Yeah, I mean, I know like I'd put like vampires or demons because I wasn't really sure which one I wanted to do for that project. So we'll see. I like both. I don't write a lot of vampires though. Well, I've never like actually.
I mean, you had the Taken by the Vampire for Hemlock, but
it was such. It wasn't like the in depth.
It's not
it's
the
such
same
a cozy,
kind.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same. So
you have the witches. Have you done a vampire?
No, I mean when I wrote the book, the short story, like with Ranch, like that character was a vampire, but the part that I had written for like my chapter was a witch dealing with the vampire. So I've never dealt with like
that could be fun
the
for
vampire. You. I know. I've never done it. I've always done like demons.
That could be fun.
Demons.
They're fun to write. They're fun to do. I love them.
I love them too because that's what when I started reading paranormal, it was vampires. I mean, I told you before Amanda Ashley was the person that I had started reading who, by the way, does not do on-page sex, but it is so that she writes it so well that it has that like feel to it though still. She doesn't have to
Really?
do it. Yeah, it's just she's like one of the best, I
Wow.
think. And there is no on-page sex. But it is
That's a talent.
the way that yeah, it's like amazing. And I really like her. I also like Lindsay Sands because she's funny with her vampires.
Yeah. I've not read either of them.
Yeah, they're both really good. But I mean, and they carry, both of them follow certain vampires, like a family. Lindsay Sands, she does historical and she does the vampires. You should check out her Argano series. She's hilarious. And so I like those because I feel like those are closer to what we would do in Hemlock,
Mm-hmm.
but
But we
Gerald
have
is.
on-page sex.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, well, Lindsay Sands has on-page sex. Amanda Ashley doesn't. Uh, but I think they're closer to what we do with Hemlock. But they have more details because they're longer novels than what we do with our short stories. But that has that humor and the lightness to it. There's always like some sort of conflict they have to cover.
Speaking of Hemlock, for those of you watching the video, here's what our print book looks like. It's so pretty.
So pretty.
It's so beautiful. Sunny did
It is.
amazing on this cover. It's very, very, very pretty. It's how many pages?
But it does not look like your normal like
No. 267 pages. It just does not look like a lot of seedy paranormal stuff.
no. But it's fun because we did like more of we went with a cozy mystery kind of vibe, but we wanted to have
Very much
that erotic
paranormal.
paranormal feel. But it's mainly about the couple and the relationship, a lot of it, more so.
And it's a different one, but we do have interacting characters that mingle back and forth.
Yeah, we do.
Are all of yours happy ever afters or happy for nows?
They've all been happy ever afters right now.
This one is definitely a happy for now, the one I just finished today writing. I'm really pleased with it.
That's good.
So,
Good. Yeah.
Clean it up and get out. How did your barber one? You good with it? Like, you think you finally figured out how you wanted to end it?
Yeah, I figured out how we're gonna say who did what. So yeah. That one was a little bit of a struggle because I just wasn't sure how to get from the back story a little bit to the stuff and to the sex. So like that's just and that's normally never my problem.
That's funny.
It's never my issue. Like I can get the sex like first page normally. I don't do that, but I'm saying I could.
Right.
But this time I had to figure out how I was going to get enough sex in it because it is technically erotica. So there has to be those elements. So it was a little more
This was the easiest one I've had to write.
Well,
I mean, I wrote it in 3 days.
That's great.
And I mean, we're just over 7,500 words for it, so it's within our normal range. And I mean, I just think it flowed really well. So I'm going to run edits through and then send it off to Ellie. I'll be curious to see what she thinks. Because I know it's not her cup of tea, but
yeah,
curious to see. Because it's not so paranormal-ish in the sense like paranormal creatures are doing things, because it's just the two interactions.
Yeah.
Because they're both demigods, so it's not like they're having to do anything crazy. Right. So maybe it'll be more traditional in that sense of just
and
reconnect problem solution.
Right. I think that's kind of like what most of mine are in that series. They are paranormal creatures or supernatural creatures, but because the whole town it's not like a huge ordeal where you're really having to deal with those kind of things.
Right.
I mean, there are a few things that you have to, get through. Like in my wolf one, I mean, the girl couldn't shift. So, I mean, she had to get through that. And
I had like where the witch cast spell and brought everybody to him, and like there's little things, but if you're not a paranormal person, it's probably enough to like throw you off. Where this one, I think like this was just like a straight normal story because it's not like they had anything paranormal happening.
Right.
You know, there's no shifting because of the moon or whatever it could have been, you know? And so maybe that is almost why it was a little easier because it wasn't cookie cutter, but it was more like what I've been doing this whole time.
Yeah. Could
just
be.
two humans and getting it on. But they didn't gods.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I didn't want our mayor to be tied down. Because we might want to use him for something else in the future. But
I know, that's why I don't ever want to do anything with the friends of As the Emerald Turns bookstore. I add them. They're in like all of my stories, almost all of my stories at some point, but I don't know about them having a relationship.
they're the originals. Are we never gonna maybe we should end the series with them having their own books.
They're who our idea came from, was those two, so maybe we do.
You know, we can do our 11th and 12th book with them getting theirs.
Yeah.
Because they'll deserve it. At some point, at least.
Yeah,
yeah.
They will.
Yep. But, you know, I did finally get the alert like an hour and a half before our writers group started that Amazon has finally shipped the hardback. It literally took almost a full 4 weeks.
Well, it's good.
25 days for them to do it.
Yeah.
Insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I should get it Monday, they said. Hopefully the quality of the other place that we found is better. And we can just like not worry about Amazon.
Hopefully. And the shipping process is easier.
Because, I mean, 25 days is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And my thing is like, if I would have ordered it like a normal order, right? You would have printed it the same day and shipped it out because I have Amazon Prime. It had been a Prime book. I'd have been here in 48 hours. Why does it take 4 weeks?
Exactly.
So dumb.
Yep.
Like they just forgot about me or something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I bet J.R. Ward doesn't have this problem.
I'm sure she does not have this problem.
Did she go independent or did she stay with her publisher?
I don't know.
She pull a Stephen King? Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see.
All right, I'm going to have to switch off my mic because it's going to turn off here in a second.
She is still with Simon & Schuster.
Okay.
Right, I mean, good for her.
Yeah.
Stick with who brought you.
Yep. I didn't charge my headset, so hopefully my sound is not horrible.
I mean, it's okay for me. Hopefully it is for whoever's on the other side listening.
Yeah, because, didn't charge it. I did a little bit, but I didn't get it charged enough, apparently, since we used it before. I probably shouldn't have used it then. I could have just...
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I wasn't thinking, so, but whatever.
So, are you going to finish the book this week and then start, like, book 2, or are you going to read it while the episodes are going on?
No. I don't know. We'll see how I get with book, like, finishing, because I'm almost done with it with Dark Lover, so we will see how my time frame. I'm not gonna like commit to rereading the whole series again right now.
I'm gonna try to listen to it.
If I have that
on
much
work
time,
Monday.
because they are long books. So
how long is it?
Let's see.
So you love the series so much, it's right there on your bookshelf.
Dark Lover is actually shorter than the other ones. It's 447 pages.
That's definitely a 2-day read, at least.
Yeah. I mean, I'm almost through it. I was reading it on my phone because I have that one on my Kindle.
Yeah.
So I'm almost finished. But we'll see.
What day did it comes out?
Be a minute. Huh?
Comes out Wednesdays or Thursdays?
Thursdays. Like, yeah.
Well, and hey, on the bright side, it's something else that you and I get to do together.
Yep. And I
So
love the
that's good.
series, so I'm not like mad about having to reading it again or watch it.
Right.
I love the series. Um, so it's good to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
And it'll kind of
and
take us back to like where we got all of our inspiration for all these different things.
yeah. Yeah,
And
I mean,
go ahead.
they were more so my inspiration for anything that I wrote more than other books, just because they were so much darker than
Almost what
the
I was
other
going to say.
ones. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, outside of, Asheron and Styx, Sherilyn Kenyon stuff didn't dive near as dark as BDB.
no,
And it
yeah,
definitely pulled more emotion as I read it. Definitely, like, I mean, there were parts where you cried and like, there were real tears, and it's like, it really pulls at your heart. I mean, Vicious's book did that to me, you know.
yeah,
I am curious if they get to the point where Jane is in the picture in the series, how they're going to do that.
yeah. I don't know.
You know, I am curious.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see how it all goes.
Don't want to spoil it for those who haven't read the books on Jane, but
She is one of them that I'm really like that book. I'm really looking forward to how that's gonna play
I hope
out.
they get that far.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like what, book five?
Yeah, book five.
Yeah, I
Yep.
hope so too.
So since Crush is sponsoring, should we tell them about our added new giveaway?
Yeah, of course.
So this is a 3-day, 2-night. It is a resort paid vacation to Vegas or a couple other locations that is now going to be raffled off. You get one free entry when you register for the general admission ticket, and you get 3, right? When you
Yeah.
register for the VIP. And so it is, you have to be there to claim it at the end of the night. But it's a good little prize. No transportation, but you can go stay in Vegas or a couple other places. I don't remember. Let me pull it out. I
There's
don't
like
remember.
Reno, Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
There's several different
Uh,
places. So it
Vegas,
includes a
Reno, Lake
2 night,
Tahoe, Mesquite, and Laughlin.
yeah, 3 days, 2 nights
Yeah.
hotel stay.
Yeah.
So like it's just your hotel. It's not your like food and transportation. You have to come up with that. But the hotel, which is great.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, that's so Vegas is so much fun. Well, you can go anywhere, any of the other places, but you get to choose your resort from when you win. You would get to choose. So it's
It's exciting.
exciting.
We have a lot of giveaways this year planned. So
We
more than
do.
last year, which is great. What we want.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's coming
Yeah.
along
So, and
nicely.
again, we will have the link for the Crush Virtual Eroticon that will have 30 plus authors, and
Yeah.
lots of giveaways. And it'll be fun, and a demonstration of some sort will happen. Um,
It'll be a
we'll have
surprise.
some, yeah, we'll have some podcast and yeah. So there'll
Lots of
be panels for
experienced people
readers
there.
and for authors. So it's good for anyone, no matter where you're at on the spectrum, there will be a place for you.
And if you get the VIP ticket, that's $15. Right now, the package is valued at about $75, maybe a little more because we had a couple more books. But you get all these ebooks emailed to you the day of for that one $15 fee to get in. So it's great. Like, it's a really good opportunity.
And you get the extra tickets to add it in for the grand prize and for
Oh,
the
yes.
yeah, so you get extra tickets for the grand prize, which is generally like $150 worth of like
We're
physical
up to
books will be sent to
175.
you. 175 of physical books will be sent to you. Um, and you also get the extra entries into winning the Vegas or Nevada, depending on which place you choose to go to,
Yeah.
hotel stay for 2 nights, 3 days.
I mean, it's really crazy what we put together.
It's exciting that we have all of these different things and having such a great outpour from the community of other writers and readers
Yes.
supporting us. Some that were there last year have returned, and we have some new ones. So it will be good. The panels are different. There's only a couple that are the same. Most of the panels are a little different from last year. So it is going to be a fun time. I can't wait.
Sasha
Okay.
messaged me, asked me, she's like, "Are you doing it next year?" It's like, yes, we are going to do it next year. We plan on doing it every year. Like, we want to get bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah, exactly. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this
this
way,
was a
it
good.
opens it up to a lot more people because you can't always go to the actual events, live events, which are great. And I miss doing them as much as we had done them in the past.
I know.
But this is a great way for people who can't do them right now. And so for readers and for writers.
I want us to get to the point where we're in person, but it just makes me sad because we would lose all of what we can do with virtual, with the people who can't come
Right.
in
I mean, I
person.
want to get to that live thing, and maybe we just don't end the virtual when it,
Find
because
some
I mean,
way
that would,
to include both.
yeah, I think that would be great. We could do the virtual and like have the live event. There would be a way we could figure it out. We just have to. But I think it would be
Have a TV
great to
monitor sitting on the chair, like the person's head. Like, this is
yeah,
the
it
Zoom
pops into
person.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they used to do. I don't know, like right after COVID, if you saw like I think it was Kelly Clarkson's show where they had like TV like
Yes,
monitors
and they
around.
had the people.
Yes, because they couldn't be there, so they would just log in when they
Yes.
were there. Yeah.
Maybe
So maybe
we
we
do
can.
something like that. I mean, we'll have to figure it
I mean,
out.
there has to be a way to be able to do both. I think that being in a live event would be great. Um, and then the people who don't want to show their faces may still come to the live event because it's not, I mean, and just have like your restrictions. Because we've been to different events where people were like, don't post me on social media, don't post my face on social media because, my family doesn't know I write smut.
Maybe they could just come
So
wearing a mask.
maybe we just make it a masquerade. Everybody
Everybody
has to
has to
wear,
wear like a half mask.
yeah, everybody has to wear a mask. And we'll just have that be the
That would be
theme.
funny.
Yeah,
That
that
would
would
be
be
funny. I don't know.
yeah.
Future goals. Future
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah. So,
This was a good one. You ready to wrap it up?
yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited for next week's episode. Cannot believe that's what I'm saying. I did not think I would feel that way. I'm very pleasantly
I'm
surprised.
excited too. I was debating whether I was going to buy it or the subscription or not. But I'm glad. So,
Yeah.
all
All
right.
right. Well, don't forget to subscribe and follow us online. You can find our social media profiles under Crush Pub and Crush Publications and our website at crushpublications.com.
And again, this week's episode was sponsored by the Crush Virtual Eroticon that is July 26th. And we hope to see all of you there.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us today on CRUSHCast.
Be sure to follow us so you can catch our next episode in 2 weeks.
Thanks to our sponsor this week and to all of you for listening.
Peace, love, and crush on.